remember, but it would automatically build a demon hut with a demon, and then you could go in and raid the hut. But it was kind of like a perpetually generating village. It would just keep growing and growing and growing. And I ended up building my demon village in the deep dark, which is another dimension, so that it didn't matter how big it got, it wouldn't destroy my world, because that was one of the flaws. If you tried to open or build the temple in the overworld, the demons would take over the overworld. They would just keep growing. But now they've turned the demon dimension into a pocket dimension. It doesn't actually perpetually generate villages. It's just basically one little room with a pedestal and then little side rooms that you have to kind of fight through. And that's it. That's the whole demon dimension. I'm like, well, I guess that's kind of cool. But once you raid it, it's done. So it's all right. I guess I kind of like it. Base is freaking amazing. It's noticeable that you put effort into it. Disappointment. Yeah, I know. I really love the perpetually generated demon world because mod packs now have so many dimensions in it. This one has like 7 different dimensions, and I've only been in like 5 of them. I haven't been to all the dimensions because it's got RF tools, and with RF tools you can actually build your own world, so you could have infinite number of worlds that way. Anyway, these little smokestacks, you're probably wondering, my thermal evaporation from mechanisms. I love mechanisms. It's a very complex, multi-tiered system that once you get it working the way you want, it's very powerful. But all I'm doing is converting water into brine, and then I'm pumping all my brine into my rotary concentrator. No, it's not going in the rotary concentrator. Where's my brine going? Where's my brine going? Brine is being turned into something else. Yeah. This stack is not the same as the others. That's water to brine. This is brine to, I think, lithium. Liquid lithium. And then from liquid lithium to lithium. And then the rotary concentrator is turning lithium into lithium powder. Lithium dust. And then I'm being pumped right into the digital storage system. But you can see that even with all these stacks maxed out, height of 18, I still can't keep up. It's just not producing enough. And I needed a lot of lithium. Ooh, these are my pet dragons. This is Huey, Dewey, and Louie. This is my fire dragon. He breathes fire into this forge. It's a cool little forge. And what happens here is he will make fire dragon steel. Oh, hush. This is my lightning dragon, and he makes lightning dragon steel ingots. And this is my frost dragon. He makes ice dragon steel ingots. Now, for the longest time, I thought Dewey here was broken. You know, because I set up my furnaces, I got my dragons all growed up and breathing fire and ice and all that good stuff. But my lightning dragon wouldn't do anything. I'm like, what is wrong with my dragon? I moved him forward, I moved him backwards. You know, I gave them all nice, beautiful dragon armor. You know, I could ride my dragon. I tamed my dragon. I know how to tame my dragon. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, now he's all pissed. Now he's pissed. Okay, so I know he's awake. But, whoosh. I found out the hard way as I was sitting here piddling around, thinking the recipes were broke or something. He only works at night. My frost dragon will go to sleep at night. My fire dragon goes to sleep at night. But then my lightning dragon will wake up after the sun goes down and start shooting lightning. So I'm like, oh, it would be nice if there was some documentation somewhere that says my lightning dragon will only work at night. The night owl. Anyway, I turned it into a sheep farm. I actually started putting these cows and sheep and pig in here to feed my my dragons, but they're not interested in eating the livestock. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's a farm now. Oh, there was a building here that this was on top of. This was Ars Magica. This showed me, I marked this spot. This is where the Ars Magica ley lines crisscross, and I was supposed to kill some pixies. Yeah, they never showed up. I finally got the pixies. Anyway, this is my first water wheel with immersive engineering mechanism. Immersive engineering. I figured, hey, I'll just put it on the side of the hut. That'll look cool. And then later on, I started getting into create, and I found out that I started with 3 water wheels there, just like I did there, but I found out that the more water wheels you put, the more power you can get out of your gears, your gearbox. And then, of course, I had to downsize it. I started off with the regular, I think this is a stamp. Yeah, it's a stamp. I'm like, okay, I've still got enough power for my crushers, and these are very important in Create. And man, look at how fast those things go. And got it automated, put my little gear on here. So I'm like, okay, so with that size of a water wheel, I can put approximately 1-2 machines. So I built the windmill. You saw, the last time you saw me do this, you probably saw me playing around with the windmills. Got the governor on there. I did have another machine on here. I think I had to take it off because it was too much stress. I ended up putting the fan on there eventually. But even though this is geared slower than most, no, it's geared about the same. I found out that you can use these mechanical crafters. Just build this design for everything. And then depending on what you need, just turn the arrows on and off. In fact, you can probably see that these arrows right here are turned off and are not part of the recipe. And only the arrows in the middle are my actual recipe. So by toggling the arrows, you can make your recipe smaller or bigger depending on the recipe. And that corner is turned off, that corner is turned off. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, because in the past, you may or may not have made the same mistake. Every time I needed to craft a specific item, I'm like, oh man, I got to tear it down and rebuild it a different shape to get it to work. Then I'd build something else, I'd tear it down and build a different shape to get it to work. And I was like, there's got to be an easier way. And I forget how I stumbled across this. But I'm like, you got to toggle the arrows anyway. And if I just toggle them out of the way, I don't have to tear it down. Brilliant. So, are you Daenerys, mother of dragons? Sure. Jakarta. Anyway, so that was the windmill there. This chops wood. And I got a 3-in-1 machine here. This is my wire press, flatten press. This is my liquid squirter. And this is my mixer. And all of these is powered by this. So I was able to actually get 4 machine out of this, but probably because these machines are real small, real tight. And then this is powering this machine here, which is like the creator crafter. Oh, this was an interesting little mechanic. And that machine right there, I've left by itself. The reason there's so many blocks on this thing, like a fence, is the stupid villagers kept climbing up on top of it, getting onto the belt, and then they would come around here and they would get stuck. And I'd come out here and this whole machine would just be piled up with nothing but villagers. I'm like, you stupid villagers, get off. Alright, anyway, these are my first storage tanks for oil. I'll show you my oil derrick in a little bit. Liquid squirter. And from the oil, I made my refining tower, which would make, what does this thing make? Something, kerosene, gasoline, something else. I don't know. This was a pain in the butt. The problem with the pneumatic craft is you have to heat up these towers. And of course people use torches, but they go out. And this is designed by pneumatic craft. If you use lava, it turns into obsidian. If you use a lava brick, it turns into cobblestone. I mean, it forces you to babysit the tower with heat or go slow. I found out that the immersive engineering heaters works perfect. It works really good. Look at this temperature. It maxes out 2,000 degrees with, and they're only on, was it one side? 2 sides? 3 sides? Yeah, pretty cool. More pneumatic craft stuff. The cooler. I'm supposed to cool down my plastic. I got plastic around here somewhere. Ethanol. I don't know. Anyway, because I need plant-based products, I went ahead and put a squeezer here. What is my squeezer? Takes the seeds and squeezes them, puts them in here. Looks like I'm out of seeds. And then I got my potato farm, my fermenter for ethanol in there. And then I built my distillation tower, which would help turn my crude oil into lubricant, sulfurized diesel, and gasoline. That's the distillation tower. And of course, the byproduct of the distillation tower is bitumen. And I would put my bitumen into the coker and get me some pet coke. And then from there, I would take the pet coke, put it into a crusher to get pet coke dust. And then from there, I would put it into a squeezer to get graphite dust. And the byproduct of graphite dust is back to crude oil, which I would put back over into the tank. It's a circle of life. Okay. And I forgot why I needed... Oh, graphite dust. Yeah, I needed that for something. Anyway, time to sleep. We'll get back to the tour in a second. We're just looking at the outside right now. We haven't really looked at the inside. Okay, let's see here. Damn system. Oh, you'd be amazed at some of the automation I've set up in this. And here's the funny thing. I have not automated everything. Like I was saying, my blood magic. Never automated the blood magic. Didn't need to. And usually when it came to automation, I would only automate up to... Ooh, lag. I would only automate up to the point that I would get my... the stuff I need. Alright, anyway. Coming off of... No, this is a standalone system. This engineer's workbench, this was actually an afterthought. Because I was trying to make vacuum tubes, circuit plates, mechanical components. That was it, mechanical components. Because if you notice in mechanisms, you get a workbench that you could make your iron, steel, and you have to manually put it in with a blueprint. I'm like, oh man, I was making so many components. I'm like, I've got to learn how to automate. I really got to learn how to automate. And I came out here and set up the automated workbench with the recipes. And it's slow as all get out, but it's automated. Put the ingredients on here, go through and come out here and go back into the system. Let's see here. Let's demonstrate. Okay, let's craft up some of these. Okay, so items go in. Hello. And it's going to make a liar out of me. Hello? Oh, it's doing something else first. Alright. Lag. Oh, it's pressing. It's making steel plates first. Okay. Alright, we can look at that. Alright, first it's got to take the steel plates, which comes through this machine right here. Okay, so that's being automated. Now that we have the steel plates, there we go. It can combine the steel plates with the copper. Use the drill press. See what I mean by slow? There's no way of speeding it up. There's no option to speed up. And it comes over here. Then it presses it together with a press. And there's my component. All automated. It's a little slow. But hey, when you have to make like 30,000 of them, I got time.